Hey there, deep divers. Hit that like button and subscribe because today we're going to do a deep dive into the life of Teri Garr.
The one and only.
Yeah, you know her, you love her, from Young Frankenstein to Tootsie.
But get ready for some serious surprises.
Yeah, we're going to unpack a recent article
About her incredible journey.
and we're going to learn some really interesting stuff.
We're going way beyond those iconic roles.
Yeah.
To reveal the woman behind the laughs.
Mm-hmm.
Her early days, her comedic genius, and her incredible strength in facing some very personal battles.
Okay, so let's set the scene. Teri Garr sadly passed away on October 29th, 2024, at the age of 79.
She had a long and difficult journey with multiple sclerosis.
Yeah,
But what's truly inspiring is how she refused to let it define her.
absolutely.
She actually kept her diagnosis private for years, worried about the impact it would have on her career.
Could you imagine that pressure?
I can't.
Keeping that secret for so long?
And what a different time it was back then, too.
Yeah.
Like, so much stigma. And the idea that, like, if people knew you had MS, that you wouldn't be able to work,
Yeah.
it's heartbreaking.
Yeah, it wasn't until 2002 that she finally went public, and she became a powerful voice for MS awareness. The article even mentions her cracking jokes at events for the National Multiple Sclerosis Society.
That's Teri Garr for you. Finding the light even in the toughest times.
Yeah.
And speaking of light, let's rewind to those early days.
Okay.
Before the comedy, there was another talent that really shaped her career.
Uh-huh.
Dancing.
Wait, hold on. Dancing like ballet.
Exactly.
That's not exactly the image that pops into my head when I think of Teri Garr.
Right. And she was performing with professional ballet companies by the age of 14.
Wow.
And get this, she even danced in Elvis movies.
Elvis movies. Okay, now I need to see this. Talk about range.
It really speaks to her incredible versatility.
Yeah.
Which makes sense when you consider her background. Her father was a vaudevillian, her mother a rockette.
Oh, wow.
Entertainment was basically in her DNA.
It all comes together. But let's be real. We can't talk Teri Garr without diving into those iconic comedic roles.
We can't.
Inga in Young Frankenstein.
Pure comedic gold.
Pure comedic gold.
That German accent alone is enough to make you laugh out loud.
Oh my gosh.
But it's more than just the accent. It's her physicality, her delivery.
Yeah,
It's a masterclass in comedic timing.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But she was so much more than a one-trick pony.
She was.
Remember her Oscar-nominated performance in Tootsie?
How could we forget?
She was brilliant.
So brilliant.
And let's not forget Mr. Mom, Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
She had serious dramatic chops, too.
Yeah, right? She might have worried about getting typecasts, but she proved time and time again that she could do it all.
She did.
And who could forget those legendary appearances on Late Night with David Letterman?
Oh my gosh.
Their chemistry was off the charts.
Those were classic. That playful back and forth banter was pure magic.
Yeah.
You could tell they were having a blast just riffing off of each other. It felt so genuine and unscripted.
So we've got this incredible talent rising through the ranks of Hollywood, killing it in comedies and dramas alike. But then, in 1983, things take a turn.
Oh, yeah.
She starts experiencing this weird ticking sensation in her leg.
And it starts to spread.
Right.
Years go by and the symptoms get progressively worse
Wow.
until she finally has to see a doctor.
Uh-huh.
That's when she receives the diagnosis. Multiple sclerosis.
Wow. What a blow.
A real blow.
And then to keep it private for all those years out of fear for her career.
Is heartbreaking.
It really is. Back then, the stigma surrounding chronic illnesses was even more pervasive.
Absolutely.
It speaks volumes about her strength that she not only persevered, but eventually used her platform to raise awareness.
And she did it with humor.
Yeah, imagine that, speaking at events for the National Multiple Sclerosis Society, making people laugh while educating them about a serious condition.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
She took a challenging situation and turned it into an opportunity to connect with others and advocate for a cause she believed in.
Yeah,
And she never let it stop her from working.
you're right. She kept acting, even landing a recurring role on Friends as Phoebe's biological mother.
That's right.
She was a familiar face on TV screens throughout the 90s, demonstrating her incredible range and adaptability.
It's a powerful reminder that behind every iconic performance is a complex human story.
It really is.
And sometimes the toughest battles are fought off-screen.
Teri Garr's story is a testament to resilience, the power of humor, and the importance of using your voice to make a difference.
Absolutely. Yeah. It really is amazing to think about how she navigated the pressures of Hollywood while dealing with such a personal challenge.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And imagine the courage that it took to finally go public with her MS diagnosis.
Oh, huge, huge step, especially back then.
Yeah.
But, by sharing her story, she helped to break down stigmas and open up conversations about chronic illness.
Absolutely. She showed the world that you can live a full and meaningful life, even with a really difficult diagnosis.
And she did it all while maintaining her incredible sense of humor.
Speaking of humor,
Yes.
we have to talk more about her comedic genius.
Oh, we must.
Those Young Frankenstein scenes are just as side-splittingly funny today
I know.
as they were back then.
I know. The way she delivers those lines with a completely straight face while everything around her is descending into chaos. It's pure brilliance. She's like the eye of the comedic hurricane.
And she wasn't afraid to really get physical with her comedy, too.
No.
Those facial expressions, the way she moved her body.
Oh.
She was a natural.
She really had a gift for finding the funny in everyday situations, and her timing was impeccable.
But it wasn't just about the big over-the-top moments. She could also be incredibly subtle and nuanced with her humor.
Oh, you're so right. Think about her role in Tootsie.
Yes.
She brought a warmth and vulnerability to that character.
Yes.
That perfectly balanced Dustin Hoffman's more manic energy.
Exactly. She wasn't just playing the straight woman. She brought so much depth to that role.
Absolutely.
And she could hold her own with some of the biggest names in comedy. Those Late Night with David Letterman appearances were legendary for a reason.
Oh, absolutely. Their chemistry was electric. They
Yeah.
would just go back and forth teasing each other, and you could tell they genuinely enjoyed working together.
It's a reminder that great comedy is often about connection and collaboration.
Yes.
And Teri had a real knack for connecting with people both on and off screen.
She did.
She was just so relatable.
Yes.
Whether she was playing a quirky lab assistant or a supportive girlfriend or a frazzled mom, she always felt real.
And that authenticity shone through in everything she did. She wasn't trying to be anyone other than herself, and that's what made her so special.
It's a lesson we can all learn from.
It is.
Embrace your quirks, be true to yourself, and don't be afraid to laugh along the way.
Perfectly said. Teri Garr's legacy is a testament to the power of laughter resilience and staying true to who you are. Now, before we wrap up this deep dive into Teri Garr's amazing life,
Okay.
we want to dig into something that might surprise you.
A surprise. Okay. I'm intrigued. Lay it on me.
So remember how we talked about Teri starting out as a dancer? Well, get this. Her very first film role was as a dancer in Bye Bye Birdie.
No way.
And she actually beat out a young Goldie Hawn for the part.
You're kidding?
Nope.
Two future comedy legends facing off in a dance-off? That's amazing. I'm definitely adding that to my watch list. Okay, so that just shows how much drive and determination Teri had, even early in her career.
Exactly. And speaking of drive, remember those iconic late-night appearances with David Letterman?
Yeah.
It turns out those weren't just random drop-ins.
Really?
Teri actually made it a personal mission to be a regular guest on the show.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
I always just assumed she was naturally hilarious and Letterman loved having her on.
Oh, she was naturally hilarious, no doubt.
Yeah.
But she also understood the power of visibility.
Okay.
She knew that appearing on a show like Letterman's would expose her to a wider audience and help her break out of that supporting role box.
That's brilliant. She wasn't just relying on talent. She was creating opportunities for herself.
Yeah.
I love that.
And it paid off big time. Those appearances became legendary, and they definitely helped solidify her status as a comedic icon.
Absolutely. It's so easy to focus on those hilarious moments and forget that behind the laughter, Teri was facing a very real, very difficult personal battle with MS.
It's true. And the fact that she chose to use her platform to raise awareness about the disease even while battling it herself is incredibly inspiring.
Yeah.
She didn't shy away from the tough conversations, and she always did it with her signature wit and grace.
She really turned a challenging situation into something positive. It's a powerful reminder that we all have the ability to choose how we respond to adversity.
And that's the legacy that Teri Garr leaves behind, a legacy of laughter resilience and using your voice to make a difference.
Yeah.
She taught us to embrace our quirks, to laugh at ourselves, and to never give up, even in the face of hardship.
Teri Garr, you are one of a kind.
We'll never forget you.
And there you have it. Deep Divers. Another Deep Dive Complete 5. We hope you enjoyed this whirlwind trip through the incredible life of Teri Garr.
Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more fascinating deep dives into the lives of remarkable people.
And be sure to leave a comment below, letting us know what your favorite Teri Garr moment is. Until next time, Keep exploring and keep laughing.